Another good start. You guys had a really good first half there, particularly I don't think three-point shooting is generally kind of strength for you guys this year, but obviously knocked down a lot of those. Is that part of the game plan, or just some confidence when you see one fall in?
I think we did spend the last couple of weeks really working on that. I mean, we have changed our practices up a little bit and really increased some shooting drills. And, I did expect that it would, slowly help our percentages a little bit, maybe not quite the way it did dramatically in the first half, which was really fun to see. But I think this team continues to understand, like, the more we focus on something, work on it, we can continue to improve. And credit to them that they continue to show up every day and keep going to work, and we keep getting better.
We talked about the defense the other night, and how maybe some of the offensive struggles bled into defense. It didn't seem like that today at all, which I imagine has to be a nice feeling to be able to turn around that.
Yeah, we talked about that. I mean, I don't think it was effort related this time. You're absolutely right. I mean, we came out and we played hard for 40 minutes defensively. I did think we had some breakdowns defensively in the second half, which sometimes, is tough. I mean, they changed their style of play defensively in the second half and became very physical. And, obviously that changed our offensive flow. And then on the other end, we got to continue to be as strong as they are at that moment,
Going off of that, you obviously guys are on fire like that, like the last few minutes of the second half. Even Nancy, I think, hit like a few threes. Anyways, what if this makes sense? What do you think you could do to like kind of build off of that momentum going into the second half? Because I think you have done that before, where you would like be on fire going into the second half, but kind of like peter off.
Yeah, it's you're absolutely right. Sometimes we start the first half, sometimes we start the second half really well, and we need to put those together. And I think that understanding when a style changes defensively, that we have different reads, and I have to do a better job, and we as a staff to do a better job of explaining that and understanding, okay, this is the way they're playing now, these are now the reads. And I thought we as a staff, myself in particular, could have done a better job of explaining this is the reads now, we need better spacing, and explaining what we're looking for.
Nancy, you guys, it seems like you guys are right there, obviously giving yourself a chance in really all these games. Is there a feeling there that you kind of just, once you get that breakthrough, that kind of the dam's sort of going to break open here?
I mean, yeah, we're hungry, but I think at this point where we're at is just trusting the process and really staying together. I know Coach really makes an emphasis on not looking at our wins and loss column, as well as the scoreboard, and so just really trusting the process, trusting each other, and I mean it'll come. So,
I'm curious too, as a coach, and this is more of a philosophical question.
Sure.
But I'm just curious, when you're in these teaching moments, how do you balance sort of pointing out mistakes and hammering home what you need to fix versus really accentuating the positives and trying to build off those? Is there a balance there you need to find?
I think so. Yeah, great question. I mean, I think that we never want to lose that we're teachers first and mentors first, and so it's our job to go into practice the next day and honestly, truthfully, very encouraged about what we do each game. There's growth each game. I know that's hard maybe sometimes for everyone to see, but when you're new at everything, new offense, new defense, new personnel, it just takes a while to keep learning, and so really proud of our continued work ethic, growth, commitment to the process that the young ladies have really committed to. So we just have to remember that our job is to teach and to mentor and to keep helping us be the best team that we can be by the end of the season.
Maybe the three-point shooting is just an example for today, but
yeah.
How are you evaluating or marking progress throughout
Yes.
the season? Are there, again, something like that is tangible today, such a, I think, season high in 3 points?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, great question. Some nights it is very defensive oriented, and some nights it's more offensive oriented. And I think we've tried to focus on, you can see the beginning of the year, we really worked hard on turnovers and kind of our depth as guard play, and then we worked really hard on our defensive intensity and ball pressure, because sometimes we're big inside and sometimes we're not. And you could see us defend the 3-point line. He's one of the best teams in the conference. And then obviously we had to kind of attack our shooting percentages. And so it's just been, I think, the thing that's maybe hurt us the most in a game has been a addressed more quickly. But then you don't want to lose who you are. I thought we lost who we were defensively in the Colorado second half a little bit, and again last game against USC. And you don't want to lose that while you're working on something new. And so our focus kind of readjusted to defense today, and that's how we've been in games and been very successful in those games at times. And so we just want to remember our identity right now as the defensive end of the floor.
What is that for you? I guess it seems like for the most part, you guys.
Yeah, I think it's our defensive pressure when we can really pressure the ball, guard the three-point line, obviously not give up a lot of paint points, and be one and done. You know, I think that's really our philosophy defensively.
I guess same question on offense. When it's going right, what do you want it to look like?
Yeah, I thought you could see our assist-to-turnover ratio in the first half was quite different than our assist-to-turnover ratio in the second half. And so we want to be, you know, sharing the ball, and we want to be a team that's very efficient. So we're making a great read, and if it's your time and the ball's in your hands and it's a great shot for you, we take that shot. And I do think that we are really, really a good group of people, and sometimes we'll pass up a shot for what we think might be a better shot. And so we're just trying to kind of infuse that confidence of, like, it's your time, the ball is in your hands, we can take that shot, you know, and then attacking aggressively a little bit more downhill, I think, would be important for us.
At this point in the season, has it been a challenge, or what are you reading off the team, off your players, just in terms of, like you said, it seems like
Yeah.
everyone's encouraged, but
I think
at
so.
the same time, you know,
Yeah.
that can be difficult obviously at this point in the season.
It's hard for me to speak for them, so I'll let Nancy speak, but I will say this. My favorite year in coaching probably for a long time was my first year at Rice. I think we had 9 wins that year. And I loved that we were with a group of people that had committed to changing a culture and changing a program and committing to the process, and we were not results focused. And what I've seen from this team is that as well. We're trying to change things. I mean, we're trying to become a team that understands man-to-man defense and knows how to play man. That's a change from previous years. We're trying to run a different offensive system. We're learning each other and how to play late game, big games, moments, you know, that these teams have been in a lot, you know, recently. And so I'm really proud of how we keep, you know, growing. And I think that for the most part, we're encouraged. Some days, yeah, it's discouraging. You want to win. We're competitors, and you have a great week of work. I mean, last week's work was work. I mean, mental work, scouting work, basketball shooting, you know, different things like that. But and I think that we were pretty disappointed after Friday's game, but I really loved how we turned around and we went into our scout and we prepared, and no one came in dragging. We were excited for this game, and I thought we came out and competed.
Yeah, I mean, she hit the nail on the head, but like the thing that I would add is just we're getting to know how to play with each other, and so that's also like we're trying to figure out what Haley does best, what Missy does best, Lauren, me, like it goes hand in hand. And so I think just figuring that out, and then just encouraging each other, not getting down, just knowing that there is light at the end of the tunnel. So, yeah.
What will generally be like the game plan going into next week? I think because Arizona, like, kind of, you know, facing a nationally ranked competitor. I think they're ranked like 6th. So what's going to be your thought process there?
I mean, we end the season, if you count UCLA playing, I think in the standings it might have been 1st, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. That's how we ended the season. We will end the season in conference play if everybody kind of stays where they are right now. I don't know how today's going. You know, so we'll be playing some great teams. You know, I think the most important thing is us continue to learn who we are and what we do well. We're playing very physical teams next week. We're playing great defensive teams, teams that have had traditions of success, a lot of experience. And so if we continue to prepare the way we have, I think we'll be in those games again. And the question is just, can we continue to keep that momentum in game for 40 minutes and keep executing?
All right, any last questions?
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate you all.